She belonged to an alien noble. The human who chose her started an interstellar war. In the dark reaches of the Andromeda cluster, where stars burned like distant fires, a grand palace floated silently in orbit around a crystal blue planet. Its owner, Lady Zyra, was an alien noble of unmatched beauty and intelligence. She was known across galaxies for her grace and her power, yet she had never known freedom. The nobles of her kind controlled her life as though she were a rare gem, shiny, valuable, untouchable. Humans were rare in this part of space. Most alien civilizations saw them as weak, fragile, and irrelevant. But Captain Ethan Cole was different. He was a human explorer, a man who refused to follow the usual path. His ship, the Star Hawk, had been damaged in a skirmish near the Curus Belt, and his crew barely survived. When he stumbled upon Lady Zyra's orbiting palace while searching for repairs, he had no idea that meeting her would change the course of the galaxy forever. From the moment he saw her, something in Ethan stirred a mix of curiosity, awe, and a strange pull he could not explain. Lady Zyra, in turn, felt a flicker of something long forgotten, hope. She had been promised to a powerful alien lord, a man whose wrath could crush planets, but this human, he looked at her as if she were free, not property. The first moments of their meeting were tense. Zyra's guards, tall and armored, encircled Ethan instantly. But he didn't flinch. "I mean no harm," he said, his voice calm but firm. "I'm just here for supplies." Lady Zyra's eyes narrowed. "You do not belong here, human," she said. "This is noble territory. No one crosses without permission." "I don't belong anywhere, not really," Ethan replied, surprising even himself with the honesty in his tone. "But I've learned to survive by choosing my own path." And that was enough. For the first time in centuries, Zyra saw someone who didn't fear her station or her people. Someone who treated her like a person. Within hours, they were talking as equals. Ethan learned about the strict rules that bound her life, the cruel expectations of alien nobility, and the endless schemes designed to control her. She, in turn, was fascinated by his stories of Earth, his travels, and the strange freedoms humans enjoyed. Every word they shared built a bridge between two worlds, a bridge that was fragile but unbreakable. But not everyone was pleased. Lord Kale, the alien noble who had claimed her as his own, discovered Ethan's intrusion. His fury spread like wildfire across his fleet. To him, humans were insects, yet this one dared to touch what was his. His response was swift and merciless. He declared war. Ethan and Zyra barely had time to process what was happening. Their quiet orbiting world became a battlefield as ships of unimaginable power rained fire from above. Ethan, untrained in alien warfare, relied on human ingenuity, improvisation, and Zyra's knowledge of her people. Together, they sabotaged Kale's fleet in ways no one thought possible. Yet every victory brought more danger. Kale's wrath was endless, and his armies stretched across systems. Through it all, Ethan and Zyra grew closer. He taught her how to navigate without the constant chains of noble duty, and she taught him how to survive in a galaxy where every planet might hold a hidden enemy. In the silence between battles, they shared quiet moments of laughter, whispers of dreams, and fleeting touches that spoke louder than words. But the war was not just external. Inside the walls of Zyra's palace, secrets waited. Ancient weapons, hidden alliances, and a prophecy that spoke of a human and an alien who could unite or destroy the stars. Zyra discovered that her own people had betrayed her centuries ago, and the human who chose her might be the key to either vengeance or salvation. The tipping point came during the Battle of the Twin Suns, where Kale's flagship prepared to annihilate the planet Zyra called home. Ethan led a daring strike team, weaving through laser storms and energy shields, guided only by trust in Zyra's knowledge. At the last moment, Zyra used her influence to turn Kale's own allies against him, revealing secrets he had kept too long. The human and the alien noble, against all odds, became a force no one could stop. When the dust settled, worlds had changed. Alliances were broken, empires weakened, and the galaxy had witnessed a story few would ever forget, the human who chose an alien noble. Zyra was finally free, not just in title, but in soul. And Ethan, he realized that the galaxy, dangerous as it was, held more than adventure. It held connection, choice, and a chance to belong. Yet even in victory, questions remained. Could two beings from such different worlds survive in peace? Would the shadow of Kale's wrath return? The stars themselves seemed to whisper that this was only the beginning. Lady Zyra stood on the balcony of her palace, gazing at the horizon. The human who had chosen her stood beside her, hands brushing, hearts aligned. She didn't belong to any noble, and he didn't belong to any world, but together, they belonged somewhere far greater. A new chapter of the galaxy was beginning, and nothing could stop it, not even the wars yet to come. The story of Zyra and Ethan was more than romance or rebellion. It was a spark in the dark, proof that courage, choice, and love could ignite even the cold void of space. And as their ship soared toward the unknown, the stars themselves seemed to bend in curiosity, as if waiting to see what these two unlikely heroes would do next.